Hey guys, I know we lost 5-1 our first game, but don't let that score fool you. Uh, we played reasonably well on defense, but the big X factor were the goaltenders. According to Adam, who coaches on Fridays and helps the goalies, he thinks the other team's goalie is coached, and as he said, his form was very good. Charles, on the other hand, is brand new, lacks some experience, but he is athletic, so he just has to get some basic fundamentals down, and we'll be good to go. Now, with that said, we didn't execute these four things all that well. And my guys from last season, you should know all these, or at least to some degree. The main problem is when you guys are on the ice, you're on autopilot. You're not really thinking when you're out there. There is a problem of overthinking, but I would say all of us are on the opposite end of that spectrum. The second problem is we need to communicate, especially the guys that have played or that know hockey a little bit more. Talk to your team, communicate, say something. Madeline, I know you haven't been with us last season, but you know how to play. So a couple times, communicate out there. Talk to your teammates. I'll emphasize this a lot more moving forward in practices. All right, so for our first topic, we're gonna get into a miscellaneous topic. I'll try to get through it quickly, but that encompasses these three things. Let's start with the face-off alignment. You guys should have known this because we went over it on Saturday. It's really easy. Be sure you watch all these videos because I don't want to re-explain everything. So I'll just give you a quick rundown on this. All right, so anytime you line up, ask yourself, what do I do if the other team wins? What do I do if our team wins? And remember, we're trying to win it back most of the times. So right off the bat here, right to the side. Okay, good job throwing it back. And then Manny throws it D to D. Very good. Thing is, our wingers need to be on the boards. Owen, you got to stay on that board because right after Maddie gets the puck, she's going to throw it to the player on the board. But unfortunately, if you're following the puck or you guys are staying in the middle of the ice, besides the center, there's a bit of exception to that, you're not helping the team. So now Madeline has to skate up. All right. Secondly, we'll talk more about the headmanning, but when you first get the puck, your instincts should be pass first. Pass first. It's not skate, 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 and then pass. It's pass first, and then if there's no one and you have space, then you skate. So she got kind of lucky here. She tried to stick handle and messed up the stick handle, and it went to Van anyway, although he missed. All right, so that's the first one. Next, when we line up in the defensive zone, we should already know this. Have four guys on the line. There's no way all five of you don't know that. Someone has got to say something, communicate. Centers, don't line up until your team is ready. So I'll play it. Puck goes in the corner, and I'll talk about this later too. Instead of throwing it forward, let's retreat. Automatic, get the puck, throw it back to the quiet zone, and D set up right there. On this one, we do have four on the line, but Manny and Jake are flip-flop. I want my D on the inside. Some teams have it this way, but I want it the other way around for the reasons I explained in the face-off video. And as you can see here, everyone's kind of just running around. So I'll explain the responsibilities in just a second. But everyone's just kind of running around wildly. So we have a face-off right after that. And Manny said something, so good job communicating. And so they did switch sides. Right. First of all, Julia, you got to go after that puck. That's what you should be anticipating. So want the puck. All right? I don't know how to teach that, guys, but you got to want the freaking puck. So you see Manny kind of come. I'll just play it real fast. So you see Manny walk all the way over. So we have everyone just clumped up in this section. Right? We have Jake on this player here. So what should happen is Manny should be in this zone. Madeline's good in this zone. Julia, your zone is here, so you're good, I guess, because the puck's right there. All right, and Jake should be over here. Okay, but it's a good thing he didn't because nobody would be on this player. Now, with that in mind too, there's nobody here, so you wouldn't be in this corner. You can start cheating over just a little bit, and if anything, I would just cheat up here. So because there's nobody behind you, if they're not even watching you, then I just kind of cheat a little bit, and if we get it, we can just send that to you for a breakaway. All right, here we flip-flopped again. And centers, you're not trying to win it towards the goalie. Win it the other way, whether you're left or right-handed. Win it away from the goalie, okay? Because it gets dangerous in the middle of the ice. So you see Jake just kind of whack it out and just give it to the other team. And that's pretty much a win for the other team. So the plan should be to throw it back. All right, know your responsibilities. And when you throw it back, we can just rim it with the winger on the board. All right, once again, there's no way all of you know that we're not lined up correctly. We don't need 2 goalies. We want 1 goalie. Madeline, your responsibility is to tie up this player here if they win it right to him. I just want to show the breakout real quick. So Ben, good job. He throws it back. Very good. Now we have our D get it. This is what I call jamming the square peg into the circle hole. You're throwing it into where all the black jerseys are. I think our wing goes to the board, which is good. But you got all the space back here in the quiet zone. So just pick the better option. You got 2 options. You throw it up to your winger or you throw it to your D behind the net. Okay, so try to make the smarter move there. A good lineup right here, but again, you got to know your responsibilities. So the winger here, if we win it, you should just stay on the board, back on the board, butt on the board. If we lose, you're going to get this quadrant, and this corner here. So Owen, I would ask you, where are you going? Are you even watching the puck? Because we win it, well, we don't win it, we lose it. It goes to the side, and you're going behind the net. So this is somewhere you should not be going. I'll talk about this later, but don't duplicate roles. It does not help. That just means one role is not being filled if we have 2 people doing the same thing. And same thing here, where you see Owen's already cheating, and unfortunately, we actually win it towards him. Okay, but you take off, and then, again, we're not just whacking it out, because that's basically the other team winning the face-off. It's the same thing. We want to throw it the other way. Throw it to the quiet zone. Alright, so that's all for the face-off alignments. Pretty easy thing to get. Just tell yourself what to do before a face-off. Next, let's revisit our old friend, the hot potato. And that means trying to whack the puck away when it's still moving. I rarely do this in a game. There's no reason why you guys should do this. The reason is because you don't have control of it. So let me back that up a little bit. Especially off the backhand. So here's an example. They clear it out and no one tries to whack it away backhand. It just goes right to the other team. And then the other guy does the same thing and whacks it. Take that extra split second to stop it and then hit it back in. The one-timers are probably one of the very few exceptions. There are other rare times you can one-touch pass. But for the most part for us, just stop the puck. Another example here with Owen. Owen, probably one of the most guilty of this. They clear it out. Let's just whack it back in and the puck just flips. Alright, and Owen again right here. So you see a puck just fly to the middle and just try to whack it out. I'd rather have you just carry it back here instead. Alright, this one's a little more forgivable because you're trying to one-timer, which is understandable. But when the puck, generally when you get a pass behind you, you'll see it past the van. Right? When you get a pass behind you, it's very difficult to one-timer. You can't really even aim it. The reason why Chase Sarsfield, despite his skating not being as great as most of you, Chase Sarsfield's leading goal scorer last season because he stopped the puck and then made a move on the goalie, and he was very good at it. That's all you guys have to do for the most part. Stop the puck, just dangle real quick, and score. Lastly, let's talk about headmanning the puck, and that just means pass it to somebody in front of you if they have space. We don't have to stick handle, and then pass. We need to just pass it right away if someone's open. I already mentioned one earlier. Alright, starting with this one. I guess you receivers aren't helping either, so Nolan gets the puck. As soon as he gets it, you see that there's all this space back here. So you guys got to start skating up too. You forwards are skating backward all the time. You're a forward, so you should be skating forward. Right? And then instead of trying to dangle out, right? It should just bang past that. That's a breakaway. All right, this one's actually a pretty good example. Nolan gets the puck. Right, just even that little short pass, all the difference. Very good. Headman. And I need my forwards. You guys got to start going up. All right. Otherwise, there's no point in them headmanning them. They could just skate to where you're going. All right. So go to the board. Start skating up. Yeah. So that was we didn't execute well, but that was a good idea there. All right. And this one, I would fault both the winger and the puck carrier. Just see here. Preston picks it up. This is where you have all that open space. You got to start rushing up. All right. So he can't headman if you're not rushing up. It doesn't do us any good. But this is easy because, as you'll see, now he has to go through somebody, whereas he could have just gave it to you in open space. And as a second thing, Nolan, you gotta start skating up too. You could just headman it. But is it worth it at this point? Probably not. And then we went offside. I'll talk more about this in the breakout section, but Nolan's going after the puck. He's going to get it 100%. Okay, well, let's play a little bit more. So John starts going to the board. Good. Okay, middle of the ice, middle of the ice, middle of the ice. You guys are not passing options, period. You got to go to a board. Right, and then we need a D-to-D stagger. This would be Ben. Go back. Even though you're not playing D, you're the second guy. Give him D-to-D support. Again, communicate. Someone's got to say something. All right, so Ben's still not good. Xander realized, okay, I better get on a board. Patrick's still in the middle of the ice. Okay, then you realized, okay, good. All right, and then there's no reason not to just pass it to John right now. He's open. Just rim it and give it to him. Okay. Also, as a lefty, take 2 steps this way so you have an easier pass right on his tape. Okay. All right, so anyway, John skate. Look who's wide open. All right, and for your part, you need to have your stick down. If it's not down, maybe he doesn't see it out of the corner of his eye. Stick down, start skating diagonal this way so you have a lane. You don't want to just go in a straight line. I'll explain why in the future. All right, stick handle, stick handle. Xander's still open up. No point. All right. Headman the puck, guys. The last one here is pretty good. So Madeline, I'm going to say Madeline so you don't confuse her with a Manny. But she picks up the puck. Patrick, get to the board quickly. As soon as you see that, she needs to hop on the board. And she gave him the bank pass. This is why I tell you guys to rim it. Okay, it's easier to handle. Very predictable. Okay, unless you're sure you can get the tape to tape, just rim it, please. So he does get it, and look what Patrick does. All right, it's trying to handle it. All right, if we just pass it a hair sooner, it'd been nice. Okay, but he goes up to Xander, and he has partial breakaway. Well done right there. That's why we headman. No one skates faster than a moving puck. All right, boom, right there. I think he tried, and he passed it up. All right, that's all you guys have to do. Pass it up. All right, so that's all for the miscellaneous part. These 3 things. Yeah, I can tell this is going to be a long video, but I'll try to get it going. So these 4 are all kind of related together anyway. Next, let's talk about the stagger. Now, all 4 of these go hand in hand, and one thing leads to another often. So the stagger is pretty simple. All that means is whenever... This isn't any zone, really. So let's say our D, we're just going this way. Our D has the puck. Someone needs to be slightly behind them. Right? They're not like this. They're not going forward. You got to imagine, hey, what if this guy coughs up the puck? What if he stick handles, messes up? What if he makes a bad pass while he's being pressured? What if he falls over? This player's going to take the puck and have a breakaway. So we always want someone to back him up. So let's say it's backing up into our own zone or just chasing a puck. We need someone to hurry up and go slightly behind him. Doesn't have to be this much, but slightly behind, just in case he messes up. And it doesn't matter if you're a forward or a winger. Right? This is why I don't want you to worry about positions. Just whoever the second closest person is, go back, stagger, help him out. Right? Back him up. And that's what I mean. So I'll just go ahead and show the examples. It's much more clear. And this isn't any zone. I'll show a couple different ones. Let's start with this one. So you see Manny gets the puck, and he goes back like I like. I don't want him to just throw it forward. It's a smart play on Manny. The next closest guy makes sense. It's you, Xander. Right? You're not rolling up. You are going back with Manny. Very important. What if Manny loses it? What if he falls? It's a breakaway. Right? I know you're playing forward, but it doesn't matter. It's the second person. And the other thing I want to say is stick is in the air. If you want the puck, have your stick down. Your stick is always in the air. Have it down. Manny should not be passing it forward to D. He should be passing it back. Right? In vast majority of cases. I won't say always, especially if you have a very good defenseman. You can just leave them, as the last person back. But especially at this level, I really prefer we have that second guy back at all times. Oh, forgot to show the pass. And as you see, yeah, the pass didn't even go to him. Okay. So even worse. All right, here you'll see Nolan move the puck up, kind of mishandles it. All right, and we're all going forward. Remember, we need a second guy. Manny kind of turned back, so maybe you knew. Well, okay, you didn't. But you see how Manny's slightly forward? I want him back. And the second reason is because this player might cut off that pass. If you're back here, there's no way in heck he can cut that pass off. So go back, and this winger, either winger, go to a board. And come on, guys. We got to hit these easy passes, too. Alright, here you'll see Preston is the last guy back. He'll pick up the puck in a second. He picks it up. And this is where automatic, you got to start feeling, hey, we need a second guy. Nolan, that's probably you. You need to be more responsible. You know this. You should be backing him up. I love that Jake is hauling his butt back. Okay, maybe he knew, maybe he didn't, but at least it's going back. All right, and then one thing, Preston. Why turn your body towards the forechecker? You should just take the puck and go straight behind the net. All right, and this is what's going to lead to the goal. And when we break out, remember, go to the board. Butt on the board, back on the board. Nolan, you are going to board, but initially your first instinct should have been to stagger. All right, and then I'll just show the cough up. So that's kind of why he took the puck away from you, okay, Preston. So just don't just keep your back to the defender and just go straight behind the net. Next example here. Pause it right here. Last guy back with the puck. Next guy, get behind him. Get behind him. Don't roll up. That's what the winger is supposed to do. Okay, and Owen, Wyatt, go to the board. I think it's Wyatt. Yeah. All right, now if you are the last guy back, make sure you headman it. So good decision there. Get rid of it quickly. No dangling allowed if you're the last guy back. You throw it up right away. And I would suggest not to give and go because you're the last guy back. Okay, if somebody was covering you, this is definitely a viable option. Here we'll see Xander. You're following him right in the middle. That does not help. Okay, second guy, Stagger back here. All right, John, if no one's staggering, just take it behind the net. This is an okay escape. But if you do that, you need to pass it right away. So you got this board here, which is one of you guys should be going there. We made a line change. Maybe that was confusing. Or it goes to Xander. And Xander, have your stick down on the ground, please, or on the ice, please. And don't get in this passing lane. This is a no-no. Do not dangle for last guy back. We don't want to do that. That is a bad idea. The last thing I want to show, though, is a good breakout, though. Look at this. This is one of the easiest ways to break out. Use the board again, throw it to the middle to the guy streaking up. And this almost worked. That's actually what a breakout should look like, except this player would already have the speed going forward. My colleague Chris used to say, you do 2 passes on a breakout and you're on a breakaway. And he said that half jokingly, but it's turning out to be more and more true the more I watch these. So I talked a lot about staggering to support your teammate when we have the puck. It also happens in the offensive zone when the other team gets the puck. So great job by Jake right here. So Manny can press up. In case he loses the battle, Jake is already going back to cover him. So that is very good instincts. Right? Unfortunately, you just angled a little bit off. It wasn't bad, but you're just going straight after a stick. So that's how you got beat, and they scored on it, unfortunately. But yeah, good job backing him up. Pretty good angle, but we can clean up a little bit. Another good stagger here by Madeline. She actually has good instincts to back up her teammate. So John charges in, misses, and she's already back there. The only thing I would say about this is to angle them as opposed to going back, skating backward, and letting them walk wherever the heck they want. I want you right in their face the way Jake was in the clip before this. Yeah, as long as you angle properly. All right. Sorry, let me show a few more seconds just so you see how he walks across the blue line for free. It's pretty easy for him to walk in. You guys want the challenge on this blue line. Make him go off sides.